Hello everybody, welcome back to my second episode of Minecraft playthrough. Today we're gonna get geared up, fix our house right here, and many more. We want to start and first find a cave. After running around for a little bit and running back to get food, we managed to finally found a cave that can probably get us set for the while that we need it. Here we go. This will work. Right now we're just trying to get to the iron stage, and when we get that we can go to diamond. We got a little bit of iron right here. It's a pain that's in the water, but we need it no matter how we got it. This iron, we can get an iron pick and go deeper into this cave. This is not good. Let's get gotta find a way to get out of here without falling to the bottom. Oh good, we can just swim in. Right here I try a new editing technique where I actually skip to the different ores when I find them. This, or I could just see on the side of the cave, so I just decided to mine to it so we can get more materials while getting this. It should start in a little bit. I thought it did a little quicker, but I guess this is the part where I wanted to show a couple pieces of iron before. There you go. I just decided it would be a lot funner than what I was originally doing, just doing all at once. Now it's time to head back and see what we can make with our 15 iron. I'm guessing we should get a bucket, an axe, a pickaxe, and a sword, just the basic stuff, till we go deeper in this cave. Luckily we got this blast furnace from that village, which will make it a lot quicker. While we do this, we should start building a pen for some sheep to finish up our tent. This shouldn't be hard, we just need to get our wheat to lure the sheep in. Right here should be good. We can move this anytime when it gets in the way. Now we got this iron ready, we got any sticks? We need some. We can make some this, and this. Perfect. We can start going deeper in this cave with more protection. Basically, I just died. We're trying to record an intro to our next mining session, and now I'm just gonna try to get back, and we'll be back when I'm there. And we're back. First, I'm gonna get some materials to go mining, and we're gonna go deeper in that cave, and I'm gonna hand it over to my commentary stuff. My first thought is just to go plain speedy with this and commentary through it, but that ended up being like 40 minutes long of just me running around getting iron, and that's not the best stuff to put up, but I decided to speed it up and just talk over it so we can have more stuff to do in the episode. A lot of this episode is just mostly focused on gathering materials and starting building up. This iron is going to be useful for the next couple projects. I'm probably just going to, when I go mining now, I'm just going to do it off camera, or have just a little montage session with some music over it. Not none of this, just commentary over it. But it'll eventually work in the outrun. At least this cave we found had a lot of iron. We end up just not getting the gold, which won't exactly be a good thing when we go to the nether. But we'll eventually figure it out, and we just keep going.
Upping the tempo like I wanted to do earlier, which is actually pretty good. As you see here, we get in a lot of close calls. If I fell a little farther, that we would just be back to square one. We get our first diamond, which was only one, but we get lucky with diamonds. And those slimes, slime is actually something I really don't like making farms for, but in a couple episodes, maybe the next one, I actually will, because that's one of my main goals about this, to get stuff I've never done before. Slime farms, they're just either they don't work or I have to dig out a whole chunk. I might try a different type, who knows, and if I do dig out a whole chunk, it'll come with a lot of blocks that we wouldn't have anyways. Next episode, we'll probably start going to the nether, looking for end rods. It depends how it goes. I know this one, it goes pretty good, but honestly, it's about what we remember when I actually start filming the episode. I'll just change it because I do these about a weekend and two between. While I was getting actually out of the cave, we got extremely lucky with getting last diamonds. We just dig right here and get about 3, which I did not expect, but I like it. This helps me get the diamond pickaxe for next episode and keep those others for later. Not sure what I'm gonna do with them, but finally we get out of here in the middle of the night, and which is not the best idea, as we see right here. I start getting here. This just what happens. Another spider jockey just gets me. This is like the 3rd one I've had in this world in the same position. A lot of this was just running around getting the stuff and trying to kill a spider jockey with my hands. It took a long bit. Parts I didn't stop, I died a good 10 times just doing the same thing over and over again. That's one reason we need to get torches around here, because I'm not sure why it's always spider jockeys, but they have been hurting. This is the 2nd time this has happened this episode, and it's the main reason why I got set back earlier.
We should start lighting up this whole area so we don't keep finding ourselves in this situation. Hopefully this is the last time I'm gonna have to fight off all these monsters with nothing on me, because we have all this iron to make ourselves some new tools and get some stuff to fight back, other than just running around trying to grab stuff and kill them. 2 skeletons should not cause as much damage as they did. Luckily at the end they just started killing each other, which was a good thing, I guess, but it helped me get there. Now we can actually start getting our base built up and getting some new iron armor, which is not going to take a very long time because we got this blast furnace. It'll take a couple minutes till we get that iron, and we just start looking around. Those diamonds we get are going to be real useful in the later run of this episode. Right now I'm just gonna make a diamond pickaxe. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do with it, but I'll probably figure it out. Either a sword or like a pair, if we have enough, a little bit of armor, but probably just some type of tool. The color of our tent's gonna be blue, so now I decided I saw those flowers, so I decided to start getting more of them with the little bone meal we have. These bones, it's not real much of a problem, but when we get to the end nether, we should have just a bunch load. After getting all of these, we decide to actually plant them over here so we don't lose them. Let's dye right now. I'm just gonna dye some sheep and just get them off of there. Keep planting these saplings are actually gonna keep me being able to do what I do in this world without having to go all the way to the swamp over there. That swamp would be useful for later with the slime farm. That's what I was thinking of. Now we actually think of getting our wheat so we can lure in all the animals we need. First we're gonna go for some sheep if I can find any. It's gonna take a little bit, but if it shouldn't take too long if I don't get super distracted, which I didn't. And here, that's where I start dyeing the sheep because I had that idea. This doesn't take too long, but it's just kind of a pain. One main thing I want to do with these sheep is make a automatic wool farm, which just kind of does it all for me, and it's never been really difficult. It's just a little time consuming. Now we finally have 2 sheep. We can start ramping up the base building. We can start actually putting on walls, and when the walls are on, we can put up support gates, so it looks more supported. And these walls, we can do more stuff with them, which makes it look better, and eventually just gives us more room inside the tent to put our items. Now we can actually start building the base, which we do right here, which we're gonna make some stone walls and some gates. Not gates, we're gonna make some fences. We'll make the gates later, so we can have more of a supported look, and the cobblestone wall can look like it's cemented to the ground, so it doesn't technically go anywhere. It doesn't necessarily do anything to make the build safer, at least for right now, but it just makes it look like it's actually real and not just a roof pulled off the top and just placed on the ground, which was something I'd be afraid it would look like. But I think I did my best of getting it away from here. Here we finally actually make some of our iron armor. I'm pretty sure I didn't make it all because it didn't have the inventory space, but we end up doing that later in the episode. Oh yeah, we end up don't making the helmet because my inventory is just filled with junk. And over here we start making our diamond pickaxe, which it came in handy at the end of the episode, but it's hopefully we don't lose that, and it becomes the first one and the last one we need. Depends how fast we get mending and how fast we even do anything. These sheep, it didn't take very long to get the wool. It was just kind of boring. We need like a good 40 pieces to get the wall done, and we get like 5 at a time, so it'll take near the end of the episode to get this fully finished, but we'll work with it. Now again we have that problem when we have no wood. We just have to run away to get some. This is from one of the trees I planted earlier in the series, which actually it always ends up being useful, which is why I always plant more, so we don't have to run farther and farther away every time I want wood. Right now we just start placing it when we get it. It won't be like that later. I'll just wait for the wool off camera, and finally I would build it all at once when I have it.
Here we start expanding on farm. This design, it's just real basic one. I didn't want to necessarily use cobblestone, but we can fix that later. That's all I had. For this I want to expand this, like having to be all around a little village, so we can have a lot more food. This should bring a more alive feel into this village we're gonna create, while giving us more wheat so we can lure in sheeps and cows so we can start having an infinite source of food. With these sheep we can finish our tent later near the end of the episode. and we can start transferring our stuff outside into a more enclosed place so creepers don't keep blowing it up, and those skeleton spiders jockeys don't keep sneaking up on me and killing me like 5 times an episode. After this, I want to expand our pens so I can add cows in here. Now that we actually have a piece of wheat from that bones, we could bone meal. It'll also be useful when we need to start getting enchantments, so we can actually get stuff above level 12, and just, the infinite food. Right now, wood is a problem. You can see in a little bit, I just ran out of wood, so I've had to place a stone fence right there. That will be placed, but it did end out to be actually good, so I can get through without using some wool, and the animals can't get through, which is not something I meant to do, but it happened, and it's useful for the moment. Where we are, cows are never going to be hard to get. We had one like a couple feet away from the gates, while the other one was just like right by our wheat farm, which was pretty good, and we got them both in right now. While I was doing this, I was thinking of ways to improve the tent so we can have more room and make it look more realistic. It's not very difficult, just make some parts poke out. It does take a little bit more wool, but it's basically nothing. We do this right here. We only get 2 wool, which is actually the part that helped me think about it. Actually, it shouldn't take more wool. I just guess I made that up. It just gives a better pushed out look, making everything less flat. Next, I wanted a way to make our tent actually safe, and that skeletons and zombies wouldn't just walk in while we're sleeping. So I put gates where they were open. So it's kind of like the zip up part of a tent that we have now. Just, I did it the best way I could, and it ended up looking better than I originally thought. I thought it just looked like it was hanging, but it's kind of connected to the bottom of the fence. Again, we're just out of wood. A good thing would be a wood farm later. It would be real useful when we start getting hoppers in, but right now it's not needed. One problem is I can never remember what you need for gates. I always think it's just like fences, which makes me get a little bit of sticks, not enough of sticks. Just running back and forth, just trying to figure it out. Wow, we're starting to get near the end of this episode, and the main thing I want to do is get our tent done and start just shearing these sheeps. And most importantly, we have to get the full set of iron armor, which we already have the iron. We can do it in a couple seconds, actually. We should start doing it right now after I locate this bed and actually get our spawn point clicked, so I don't end up a couple 100 blocks fighting for my life like I did earlier in the episode. I'll probably just cut most of this out. A lot of it's just me shearing sheep, running back and placing it on the tent, which it's not the funnest thing, but it's what has to happen if I'm gonna use wool from a lot of this. Now we start building our hat, which turns out to be useful that we stole that blast furnace. It just made it a lot quicker and easier. Now we actually have a base. We can start working on making it look better. Right here, I'll start pulling out the walls to make it more like the wind is pushing it upwards, which I tried my best to, and I did pretty good. Then we go into it. We should start actually getting our stuff in here. Next, I wanna give the floor more texture, make it look like people's been walking through there. Maybe it's like coarse dirt on the ground, just all over there, and have like a little path coming out of it using that dirt.
now we actually start bringing our stuff in here. They're safe and we have time to do other things, which at the end of this episode I'm gonna get some obsidian and we're gonna go to the nether for the next episode. Now we finally
about to
got
get some
this
obsidian
obsidian
for the
after
next
20 minutes
episode.
of looking, right in the cave where we got all our other stuff at, which was useful, and we're just gonna use this to go right into the nether. But that showed what we all have today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.